All right, so the price of Bitcoin is going up right now, and everybody seems to be very excited about it. But there are a couple of things that I need to point out to you guys. I think we might still have a little bit of danger for Bitcoin right now, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so over here on my screen is the price of Bitcoin. In my opinion, Bitcoin is actually just forming a very, very big bull flag, and a bull flag is actually a continuation pattern. Basically, what this means is that Bitcoin is going in a particular direction and it's just consolidating for a while, like accumulating before it continues on the rally. All right, so basically, it's a pattern like this, whereby we have a movement like this to the upside, and then we have a correction like this, and it waves to the side like this, and then finally continues in the upwards direction. So this is actually a bull flag. This would be the pole of the flag, and this would be the flag itself. Sorry, my drawing is terrible. You're going to have to manage it. But basically, what this is that Bitcoin is actually just continuing in a trend, and that is absolutely bullish. Another thing that it makes Bitcoin really bullish right now is also the fact that we have been setting higher highs and higher lows. So we have over here that this low over here at the COVID period is the lowest that Bitcoin has ever been for like 2 years now. So we've been setting higher lows. That means the next low that we had was around 6,000, and then after 6,000 we never went back to 6,000, and we had a new low at 9,000 at this point here, and we just kept on setting new higher lows. This is the lowest point that Bitcoin has gotten to in a couple of months, this 29,000. And right now Bitcoin did not get back to 29,000. Instead, it bottomed out at 33 or around 32, I think, thereabouts. But it bottomed out around this point and did not even reach this point here. So this is actually a very, very bullish signal, in my opinion. Also, we have the RSI indicator pointing that Bitcoin is actually also really bullish. Over here we can see that this RSI here has really just broken above this 50 range. This means that there's a whole lot of strength that is in this market right now. Basically, whenever Bitcoin breaks above this 50 range, we actually trade above it for a couple of days. And let me show you that on this chart here. So we can see we broke above it here, and let me get this pen here. We broke above it over here at this point, and Bitcoin was at 44,000, and then we just traded sideways, and we just kept going higher and higher. You can see over here the price of Bitcoin like this just kept on going up after the RSI broke above this 50 range. Same thing at this point here. Immediately we broke above it, we just traded around the range here. So this is the range I'm talking about, by the way. This one here, this is the range I'm talking about. Whenever the RSI broke above it, it's actually always a good thing. Look at this over here. We traded sideways like this over it, on top of it, and Bitcoin was just kept on setting higher highs while the RSI was doing this. So basically, this is a good thing. Now that we've traded above, it actually means that we could actually be going up. We could actually just be going upwards. So these are just the good things that are going on in the market right now, but there are still some things that we need to be cautious about here. So over here we have Bitcoin at 44,000. If we throw in this indicator called the 200-day moving average, you can see that this 200-day moving average has acted both as a support level and as a resistance level. You can see at this point here it's acted as a resistance. It's also acted a bit as a resistance at this point here, and at this point here also acted as a resistance. All right, and this is never a good thing. So it's possible, right, that Bitcoin is headed to this point here around 49,000. It's possible that we could just get rejected again by these 200-day moving average. It is very possible, guys, and if that happens, it will mean that Bitcoin is actually in a descending triangle, and a descending triangle is bearish mostly. Anyway, it's mostly bearish. So this is something that we need to pay attention to. Also, there is something else, another indicator called the VPVR. This is the visible range, basically showing the points where Bitcoin traded a lot the most. So you can see the VPVR actually has this red line here showing that there's a whole lot of trading that went on at this point here. You can see over here it acted as a support level, as a resistance level, resistance until right now. You get, so if Bitcoin heads over to this point again, you can see that the 200-day moving average and the VPVR are actually in the same range. Guys, I actually think this is really important to pay attention to. While we might be thinking that Bitcoin will just explode pretty soon, I'm not entirely sure of that. I actually feel like we should be a little bit more cautious. And I think that if Bitcoin should approach this level over here, which is around $50,000 to $49,000, taking some profits may not necessarily be a bad idea, guys. I think it's something you should consider. Don't sell out all your Bitcoin, of course. I'm not asking you to sell out all your Bitcoin, but taking a little profit out of the table is just something you should consider. Like I said, don't get me wrong, it is more bullish than bearish. Bitcoin is absolutely more bullish than bearish, but there is still some bearish aspect to it that may just play out. It's possible that we could have a descending triangle and still break upwards. It's very possible, but I'm just saying that we may not necessarily just continue going upwards. We may have a little bit of resistance of Bitcoin around $48,000 to $50,000. So that's something to pay attention to. Guys, I really like to know what you think about what I've just said about my analysis, and if you do not agree with me, feel free to drop your opinion in the comments. I would very much love to read it. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button too. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the very next one.